Rebecca Rose, I will let you go from here because I know you have always mentioned you're a casual fan, and what I've always thought was remarkable about that is sometimes you have casual fans that they like a series, but they don't even know who the creator is. You know who Akira Toriyama was, and I remember after seeing Dragon Ball Super Broly, you made a tribute post to him saying, "Thank you so much for giving us Dragon Ball Super Broly." I always thought that was awesome, so let's take it away. What did Toriyama meant to you?
So, a lot like you, obviously, I did grow up with Dragon Ball. And for me, it was, I grew up with Sailor Moon as well. And my first anime that I really connected with my brother, we were watching Dragon Ball. And we would like jump on our trampoline and be like, Kamehameha, or like kick each other like in the air and like do these flips pretending to be them. Um, and like you said, we were talking about before, my favorite quote of the entire well, I guess it's hard to say the entire Dragon Ball series, but for me in DBZ, when Android 16 is like, Gohan, like it's not a sin to fight for what's right. Like some people, like words aren't gonna reach them. Like you're kind, but like this is what we have to do, and that to me always stuck with me because I was like, dang, like you always hear like violence isn't the answer, and oh, shows like this that promote violence, it's bad, but it's not all about just being violent. It's about like discipline and fighting for what's right sometimes, and protecting people who are weak and who can't fight. So I did learn a lot in watching Dragon Ball. And Akira Toriyama in general, I did grow up playing Chrono Trigger too. And I remember the only reason I started playing it because I was like, oh, this looks like Dragon Ball. Like, it must be the artist who's doing it. And so I just got into it. I'm like, wow, that looks like Bulma with blonde hair. And so in that way, his art really like influenced me. And then, of course, there are other animes that I watched. I'm really not that far in as I should be, I guess, but I'm in like 250 of like One Piece. So I'm still like a baby One Piecer or whatever you'd call them. But when I saw what Oda wrote too about Akira Toriyama, just like my heart is broken about like he was my sensei, he was someone I looked up to. It was so heartbreaking to see all that. And but like you said, it is very nice to know that people told them before, like while he was alive, how much they appreciated him, and I hope he knows how appreciated he was. And yeah, that was my influence, or that was Dragon Ball's influence on me.
Beautifully well said. Linux, now me and you both have criticized the writing over the years with Dragon Ball. I know particularly Toriyama made one of your favorite characters, Gohan, and one of your least favorite characters, Vegeta. I get. I gotta admit, Dragon Ball gave us so much fun. He's like, we got some fighting words there. All right. Hey, Dragon Ball gave us so many fun laughs and everything. But yeah, I know obviously this opposite. Gohan wasn't one of your favorite characters. Vegeta is one of your favorite characters. But no matter how much, with some of the writing things that happened with Dragon Ball, there were series that you gave up on. You never gave up on Dragon Ball. So, we've talked so much over the years about his work, but let's hear, what did Akira Toriyama mean to you, Linux?
Oh, man. Dragon Ball specifically, as you said, flaws and all when it comes to the story writing, because you know how nitpicky I can be. There's something about his character writing that is very specific to Akira Toriyama. I'm someone who reads a ton of manga. I watch a ton of anime. I am very big on, if you're going to do a villain, or if you're going to give a villain a redemption story, what that looks like. And this is kind of why, as much as anybody who knows me know, I'm a Broly fanatic, but when it comes to Vegeta, that character will always have a special place to me because of how he was written. You've literally seen somebody go from hating a character and what he had for Goku when they first met, to literally them becoming best friends, and it doesn't feel forced. To actually make that seem natural, to have the redemption, the life lessons, the understanding your own limitations, understanding where you are sometimes at fault for being your own biggest blockade in getting to that next level. You really see that with Vegeta, and it's written really well. It's one of the things, I think that's kind of the real reason why I'm not a fan of Gohan, is because that's what you're supposed to see with him, but you don't get it. It feels like a handout. With Vegeta, you see it. You see it in every battle. You see it in every loss. You see it in the decisions he makes. You already know my favorite quote is from the Majin Buu saga, when he breaks free of Babidi's spell. In the very specific line, he says, your business with the Kai means nothing to me. Kakarot is my only objective. You may have invaded my mind and my body, but there's one thing a Saiyan always keeps: his pride. That, and then Babidi's reaction was even better when he goes, what type of spirit allows the possessed to overpower the possessor? That goes to show you the type of will, the type of fight that Vegeta had. Because if you go back early on in the series, Vegeta essentially gave up when he fought against Frieza and realized he couldn't do it. To see him go from that to being able to essentially, yeah, I don't care if you have my body, I'm taking it back. Like, to see him go through that, to understand what it takes to push through, and to see that even further progress in Dragon Ball Super with, I know Akira Toriyama didn't necessarily write it, but chime in, you could see those elements still there. To create that, yeah, that nobody has ever given me that. It's very few manga and anime that I can say have given me that.
Beautifully said, man. I knew you were gonna definitely bring the energy, because Vegeta has always been a big conversation. And then as we finish off here with Kat, now both Kat, Linux, and I are actually artists, and I know Linux, probably same for you. I grew up drawing Dragon Ball so much to the point I learned how to draw it from memory, and I'm pretty sure it was a big deal for you as artists. And Kat, you are Dragon Ball's all over your artwork, so go ahead and finish off on what Akira Toriyama meant to your life.
Oh boy, it's so much to try to put into small words, but literally, if it was not for Akira Toriyama, I probably would not be an artist.